Midweek racing out at Durbanville on Wednesday, the 12th of May. We've got an 8-race program for you. The first race, well, let's go straight into it. My first choice there is going to be one of the better bets on the card. That's number 7, Persistence. Trained by Mike Stewart, last time out, just seemed to get his tongue over the bit. He's got the tongue tie on. Lots to like about his performance this afternoon, and I do think he's going to be a very difficult horse to beat. So he's going to be my first choice. For second, I'm going to go with number 8, Shesh Besh. He was a good second on debut. There should be plenty of natural improvement to come with that run under the belt, and certainly warrants respect here, but I do think he'll have to go some to beat the 7-horse Persistence. And then for third, I'm going with the 5, Escape Plan. This is a first timer from the Brett Crawford yard. He's the son of Time Thief. We know that Brett Crawford has done very well with the Time Thieves and certainly gets an opportunity to maybe earn on debut. Selections then for race number 1, we're going 7, 8 and 5. Let's move on to race number 2, which will be the opening leg of this afternoon's place accumulator. Here I'm going to go with the 6-horse Nippy Winter. She's been really game, she's been consistent, all her runs have been decent, and I think she gets another opportunity here to really shine. The biggest danger could be the 5, Mercury Rising. He was a second on debut and certainly looks to have more scope for improvement too. I think it's a bit of an exacta race with these two, 6 and 5. All 5 and 6, maybe box them. They should fight out the finish. For third, I'm going to go with the 4-horse, Louis Diamond. Also, a good debut effort, and there should be plenty of natural improvement to come with that run under the belt and warrants respect in this type of field too. But for me, I'm going to go with the 6, Nippy Winter, to beat the 5-horse Mercury Rising. Back in third, the 4, which is Louis Diamond. Well, let's move on to race number 3, Venturescape Maiden Juvenile Plate over 1,400 meters. And here my first choice is going to be number 11, Vida Futura. He was second in his trip in his last run. He does seem to be going in the right way. He looks set to be very progressive. He does have the scope, he does have the looks, and I think the son of Futura could be very hard to beat here in the third. For second, I'm going to go with the 8, Serious Business. Also, a solid debut effort, really should come on with that run under the belt. You can make a case for him being the next best for race number 3. And then for third, I'm going to go with the 1, Back to You. Has been knocking on the door, has been there or thereabouts each and every start. And again, you can make a case for this one finishing amongst them in the trifecta and quartet positions. 11, 8 and 1, the selections for race number 3. Let's move on to race number 4, the caperacing.co.za, a maiden juvenile plate for fillies over 1,400 meters. Here I'm going to go with the 4, Jet for Time. Looks set to be very competitive in this type of company. She's got some solid form behind her and also looks to be improving, has been progressive of late and could be very difficult to beat. For second, I'm going to go with the 2, Call It Fate. Another one who's been running really well, and that was a good debut effort. There should be a lot to come of just natural improvement under the belt. And you can make a case for this one certainly finishing right on top of them. So 2 is definitely a big threat to the 4. Then for third, I'm going to go with the 8, Warm Welcome. This is a horse that should appreciate the trip and could also improve further. 4, 2 and 8, the selections for race number 4. Moving on to race number 5, this is the Computer Form Online Maiden Plate over 1,250 meters. And here my first choice is going to be the 8, that's Silver Falcon. Also going to come out as my best bet on the card. And a reminder that GGGaming offers you a double stretch on our best bet and our best value bet selections. So get involved with GGGaming, open that account, you'll get a double stretch on the 8, Silver Falcon. Looks to be an exciting prospect. Beautiful pedigree, and I think will take a power of beating in this type of company. Moving on to the second selection, I'm going with the 6, 55er. This is a horse that also shows a lot of promise. Will definitely be the biggest challenger to the 8 or Silver Falcon, but I think maybe we'll be looking to find an easier opportunity without a Silver Falcon in the race next time of asking. And then for third, number 1, Mr. Frosty. He's been knocking at the door. He actually had his easiest opportunity to win a race last time out, and he fluffed his lines a little bit, but he should be good enough to finish amongst them here, maybe back in that third position. 8, 6 and 1, best bet on the card, comes in the form of number 8, that is Silver Falcon. Let's move on to race number 6. This is the Racing Association Maiden Plate over 1,800 meters. And here I'm going with number 1, Adderbury Lake, ultra consistent. She hasn't missed a place yet. She's run so consistently throughout her career, and now she gets the trip that she's been absolutely crying out for. I think she's going to take a power of beating, and I do make her a firm first choice. For second, I'm going to go with the 3, Respectable Miss. It was a good run last time out, and certainly on that performance could make her presence felt. And for third, number 2, What's in a Dream. Another one that's been knocking on the door and being pretty consistent and does warrant respect there. But for me, it's all about Adderbury Lake in race number 6. I think she looks set to be very competitive and she should win it. Move on to race number 7. This is the World Sports Betting All to Come. It's a merit rated 7-9, a handicap 4 fillies and mares. And here I'm going to go with the 2-year-old Golden Duh. Widest draw to contend with, but represents some nice each way value, trading it around the 5-1 mark. So definitely warrants respect. For second, I'm going to go with number 1. That's the top weight, Alfred's Girl. She's been holding form. She's a big, scopy daughter of horse chestnut. She really does always give an honest performance. And again, you can expect her to be competitive. For third, I'm going to go with the 8 horse. That's Queen's Club. Also been knocking on the door. She's been in good form, and she'll run another honest and competitive race here. 11, 1 and 8, the selections for race number 7. Let's move on to race number 8. This is the World Sports Betting. Next Kenilworth meeting is on the 17th of May. Again, it's a maiden plate over 1,250 meters. And this time, fillies and mares once again. You can scratch here the 6 and the 8. Those two not going to be running. Selections then, I'm going to go with number 11, Zambak. Was a nice improver last time out over the course and distance, and I do think there's going to be plenty of natural improvement to make this one very competitive here, and certainly warrants the utmost respect. For second, I'm going to go with number 1, Your Baby, another one that's been really consistent. Paul Rees has got a couple of nice runners on the card, and Your Baby will certainly do him proud in the last. For third, I'm going to go with the 2, that is Snow Dragon, slowly but surely improving and coming to hand, and again could be its peak run. So definitely respecting the 2, Snow Dragon. 11, 1 and 2, the selections for race number 8. Let's take you through some of the exotics for our Durbanville meeting. We'll start with the place accumulator, and here I'm going 5 and 6, by 8 and 11, by 2 and 4, by banker 8, by banker 1, by 1, 8 and 11, by 1, 2 and 11. That's the place accumulator. I'll repeat those numbers: 5 and 6, by 8 and 11, by 2 and 4, by 8, by 1, by 1, 8, 11, by 1, 2, 11. That could be your base perm. You can add to it, you can subtract some of them, but work around those numbers. They should give you a good run for your money. The pick 6, let's go straight into the first leg with 1, 2, 8 and 11, by 2, 4 and 8. Again, we're banking the 8. That is Silver Falcon. Again, we're going to bank number 1, Adderbury Lake. And then we go 1, 8, 10, 11, and 1, 2, 11 in the final leg. A reminder, best bet on the card is in race number 5. It's Silver Falcon. It's certainly worth a nice little flutter on him. And best value, well, that's going to come in race number 7 with number 11 there, Golden Duh. I think it's going to be a nice each-way performance there and might represent some decent value at around 5-1. That's your preview, brought to you by GGGaming. And a reminder, a double stretch with the best bet and a double stretch with the best value bet when you bet online with GGGaming.